PvP booth, the Lord of the Rings, War of the North, and I'm here with, who am I here with today?
You're here with Jason.
And Jason, what role do you play in the development of the game?
I'm a game designer on War in the North.
How long has the game been in development?
I'd say about 3 years in a large way. The engine, a little bit longer than that. It's our own engine. So.
Okay, so how does War in the North play in the storyline of the Lord of the Rings?
Right, so War in the North is our very own story. It actually works concurrently with the War of the Rings story, so what everybody's familiar with in the Lord of the Rings. As the ring begins its journey south with Frodo on its way to Mordor, our heroes in the game are actually going to assault the north and stop Sauron's lieutenant Agendaur up in the north. And within the story, you'll actually interact with some members of the Fellowship along the way and see some familiar places from the movies and the books.
Very nice. Now, how long has this game been in development?
About 3 years.
Wow, it's pretty intense. Now, having played the demo at E3, this game felt very much like it's three-person co-op, correct?
That's correct, yes.
Now, can you have, it's warrior, ranged, and mage, right?
Right, so we have three distinct characters in the game. Farin the dwarf, he's from Erebor, or the Lonely Mountain, as it's called. We have Andriel, she's the lore master of Rivendell. And we have Eridan, who is a ranger and actually under the command of Aragorn himself. All three are sort of represent an archetype that you would expect in an action RPG game. Farin can be sort of the tank, the one with the shield, taking a lot of aggro. Andriel has a lot of sort of magic and lore that she can use and cast to assist the party. And Eridan can be not only a ranged character, but he can also specialize in dual wielding and sort of high damage, low armor sort of character. So we have three archetypes, but it's very customizable to whoever the player wants to play that particular character. All three are very good at melee. All three have ranged capabilities, and then our skill system allows players to sort of customize how they want those characters to play out.
All right, before we started rolling, I was telling Jason, it felt very much like Hunted the Demon's Forge, what they were trying to do, and this game does it 10 times better. It's a very well put together game. Now, you said there's customization, and you were saying that your range classes can do melee, your melee classes can do range, obviously not as well, but leveling, there's some sort of progression, experience gain. How does that work?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are an action RPG at the core, and we take the RPG section of that hyphen very seriously.
I would hope so.
Yeah. So you do gain experience throughout the game in all the ways you'd expect, completing quests and, of course, killing monsters and enemies left and right. As you gain experience and the party shares that experience, you'll begin to level up. Leveling up allows you to then change up your character's attributes, strength, will, stamina, to customize how they play and what those attributes do. But the real meat of the game that comes with leveling up is the skill tree. And so you get points to fill into the skill tree. The skill tree is really where you customize how your character plays and how you interact with the rest of the Fellowship. Within those skills, we have special melee skills. You have to gain yourself special attacks, passive skills, increasing armor, damage, that sort of things, and some very distinct co-op skills that help the entire party in certain situations.
Okay, co-op. You're saying three-player co-op. Now, big question here. You don't have three people playing. It's just you, single player. Do the other two people, are they played by bots, or is it just yourself?
Right, so we do support AI. We'll take over any character that's not controlled by a human player. And during co-op, not only do we support standard three-player co-op, we support split-screen co-op as well on the Xbox and the PlayStation. So you can have two people, couch co-op, and have one other person join over the internet or through a system link. You can do it LAN, you can have two players on the couch and one bot, or almost any combination you can imagine we support.
Okay, now on those terms, you're saying couch co-op and online co-op, but the big question here, do you have to fill those archetypes, or can you have three warriors? Can you have three ranged characters?
So because of the narrative and the story that I mentioned earlier, we do have the party with all three characters. So you have to have Andriel, you have to have Eridan, you have to have Farin. So we don't have a situation where you have two dwarfs in the same game. During co-op, you can play through the narrative actually in co-op. We also support you joining people who are further along than you, but we'll still preserve your story. So it's very important to us to make sure that the narrative is true for all players and they all have a chance to experience it. And so the best way to do that is to have those the three characters themselves throughout the experience.
Okay, and how do you whoever hosts controls the storyline? Is that how it's determined?
So yeah, in an online co-op situation, whoever hosts, that's where you'll show up within the storyline itself.
Primarily single player. Obviously, you've got multiplayer aspects. Any kind of online versus PvP or anything?
You can play through like I said, the co-op mode. You can actually replay the campaign as well. We support multiple playthroughs, and we have maybe a few things that we're not quite ready to talk about yet.
All right, well, that sounds as good as any to call it, cut this interview, but certainly appreciate your time this afternoon. You got a great game here. When does this release?
We are coming out November 1st in North America.
Oh, nice. Outstanding. Oh, holiday.
Yeah.
Good luck. It's going to be a tough holiday, though, but nothing else like this out there, so.
Plenty of games out there. I want them all, too.
Oh, hey, all right. How y'all doing? Woo! Oh, go back. Go ahead. Yeah, that's cool. Anyway, all right.
That's awesome.
Anyway, hey, certainly appreciate your time this afternoon.
All right.
This is Shanghai 6 out.